Hello and welcome to the Let's Get Real podcast. My name's Ned.
And Nellie,
And Nellie, better known as
aka Lisa.
Lisa. I think everybody heard me talking about Nellie last week.
Mm-hmm.
I finally found her. She was missing last
That was
week.
so funny. Thanks for the massage, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The oil or
rust-proof
scented oil-scented
massage. Yeah.
I'm definitely loose.
You're feeling
loose
better.
Now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, I'm glad to have you back.
Yeah, thanks.
So today's topic is about we're better together. And there's a few things I'd like to say about that. And I think the first one is that, it's good to spend time alone. I'm not saying that it's not okay to be alone, because sometimes we need those reflective times. And if we're not good on our own, it's hard to be good with others. So I'm not negating that. So that's sort of the first point that I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
We belong to ourselves first. What are some of your thoughts?
If anyone knows me, they know that I definitely agree with you there. I think it's really important to be comfortable with yourself first. But usually, if you've got that down, it's natural for you to want to surround yourself with healthy people, right? And connect. You have a sense you want to connect. Mm. Otherwise, people tend to isolate, which I think we were talking about that earlier. Is isolation, not having that connection or community. There's actually changes in the brain that take place, right? I was just watching a video on this in the middle of the night. There's a chemical that's released out in the brain or goes to the brain, and it actually changes behavior and changes your whole state of health.
Mm-hmm. And I think we sometimes do need our friendships to bounce our ideas off of, because it's easy to start believing something or thinking something, and then it becomes a belief.
Health, that's if you have healthy friendships, of course.
That's right. Yeah, and you want to have, if you're going to come together with another, it's most beneficial to come together with others that will support you in love.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, definitely we've had lifelong friendships that we've grown through. So, you get that it is a learning ground. Mm-hmm. But if you feel like you're being abused, obviously, or put down, then that's not who you want to check you, you know.
100%. So the last few episodes that we did were about relationships. And I think this was a great way to sort of end that mm-hmm. sort of 3 episodes that we talked about relationships. When 2 or more gather, it brings a presence, and I think that's an important point to make. That was the next point I wanted to share, is that when we come together with others and we join a cause or a purpose, the energy just amplifies. We bring in the presence of the divine, and so I think that's one of the huge benefits of coming together with another. I remember my Uncle John once told me, and this is a quote that he had heard while he was in AA. He said, "What we can't do alone, we can do together." And I think, for me, community is so important. And it's something that I've asked myself, so many times, how can I build connection and community? And coming off the heels of in the previous years, we had a whole bunch of isolation. I think it's still imperative now that we start to build and bridge deeper connections with each other, and know that when you come together with another for a purpose, the energy grows and amplifies. So we can do so much more when we connect with other people. And I've watched that throughout my life so many times. Mm-hmm.
I feel blessed to be that we are the kind of couple that can do that, because it inspires others too. Mm-hmm. I can't remember who I was talking to recently, but we were talking about how, I was sharing with her, actually I do remember who it was, but I was sharing with her that we, even though we work together, we're still better together, like outside of work, inside of work. That is just always there for mm-hmm. us. We make a joke that nobody loves our love more than us. right? But if I'm spending my time with you, my life with you, then definitely I want to keep that going and do whatever it takes to have a healthy connection with you.
And no matter what we do, we need community.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember thinking years ago when I started my business, I thought, I was the center of my business. But then when I actually stepped back and I looked at it, it's like, no, I have an insurance agent, I have a printer, I have suppliers that supply all my equipment, and then there's all the people that make all the equipment for my suppliers. Like it literally takes a city of people for me to sit down and do my job every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to forget. It takes such a collaboration to do anything that we want to do in this life. So when we foster a mindset that we need each other, we start to treat each other better when we're in company with them. Like for instance, my accountant, every year when it's tax time, I always tell my accountant how much I appreciate her,
mm-hmm.
because that's something that I don't want to do when it comes to working with numbers. And, to me, that's just like learning another language. But I appreciate her. And so when we come together with another, we build a deeper connection. We build a deeper sense of community when we love and praise each other. And I think that's another component to maybe take into your with from this talk is knowing that we're better together and fostering a deeper relationship with all the people that come into your life. Realize how much it takes for you to do the work that you do. If you have a hobby and you like to sell crafts or anything, it takes a whole village of people to purchase those crafts. So the most important component in business is not you, it's everybody else. And so your job is to pour as much love into what we do and understand and connect deeper with others.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a ripple that happens from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
An example in our new dog bakery business, I'm seeing evidence of that. We definitely try to do conscious business, and we all need to win, right? So we need to give the dish the wholesale price, like the best price that we can, so that they can pass it on to the consumer at a good price. And when they do keep their prices within a range that it's affordable for everybody, we move lots of product together. And when they don't, you'll see it's a lot slower, right? And we're all affected by it, though. So.
And I think the last point that I want to make is that when we connect with other people, what it does is it brings up a sense of unity. And unity is, for many, maybe it's just a concept, but the more deeply we connect with other people, the unity, the connection that we share can start to become an experience that we have with each other. So on a deeper soul level, there's no distance between you and I. There's no distance between me and you watching this video. On a soul level, there's such a deep connection between us. And when we hold that mindset that we're better together, and we look for what we can, how we can love each other more, it helps build a sense of, or bring up an experience rather of the unity that we share. And I think moving forward, this is something that I hope that a lot of people experience more. And when you feel that you're connected with another person, and that there's a sense of yourself in that other person, it changes how we look at other people. It's no longer me and you, it's more of an us together. And so I think that's the deeper aspect of what this talk points to, is building and bridging that connection of unity with others. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think that we could even start just doing it with one person that we have a relationship in our life. Just try it out, right? And then you don't have to completely change everything or do everything at once. It's kind of I think we get that in our mindset, right? It's like I have to fix the world. I don't have the energy for that, or I'm busy.
Yeah.
But I think it will grow fast by doing that. And I think it even, that connection, we're so often in life, we're looking for a feeling, and we fill our life full of material things or busyness, all these things, but really we can create that connection with each person through our day, or even one person through our day.
And even
change that energy.
And two, in like a 5-second interaction with somebody, just
a smile,
embracing them, a smile
and eye contact. I think it's important even in the younger people. We really, we want to see that, right? We don't want to lose that connection because of what being buried in our phone does or something, right? Maybe set that down.
That's right. So this, I think the conclusion for me, I put a post on Facebook this morning, and it was a quote that I wrote, and I feel really passionate about this quote because it's my experience. And a lot of quotes that I write, either they just come to me, they bubble up within me, or they're my personal experience. And the quote was, "By embracing love, we learn more about ourselves. By sharing love, we learn more about each other." And so that's something to think about when you moving forward and building connection and understanding that we're better together. Well, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thanks for taking the time to listen to these podcasts. Mm-hmm. We appreciate all the feedback. We hear so many people say they're watching these shows, and it brightens their day, and that's the whole purpose.
Yeah, thank you so much. It just encourages us to want to sit down together and share everything, eh?
Mm-hmm. And Lisa and I are better because of you. We're better because of all the connection that we have to people in the community.
Definitely.
We love you, and we thank you so much for all your support in all the things that we're doing. Take care. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.